All right, joining us now, somebody who knows a lot about China in that part of the world, Buck Sexton, who's the co-host of the Clay Travis and Buck Sexton Show. Buck, welcome back. Appreciate it. So you're pretty optimistic about this deal. I'm in the trust but verify camp. I see the possibilities, but I've been around the block with Xi Jinping myself before in the first term. So tell me why you're optimistic about this.
Well, look, I think it's totally fair to look back at the way that China has played this game in the past and have a little bit of pessimism that they're going to meet these benchmarks. No question about it. So trust but verify is the right approach. That said, I think that Trump, when he says that this is a 12 out of 10 in terms of these meetings and the framework established, is spot on. I mean, this is the art of the deal Asia Pacific edition. He's laid out the framework necessary for rare earth, for the purchase of U.S. soybeans, for the export of U.S. liquefied natural gas. He's going, I think, into exactly the areas we need to see him go into to establish what the future is going to look like for U.S. and China trade. So I think that there's going to be some close eyes on what Xi Jinping's response actually is when you're looking at the numbers and you're looking at how this actually shakes out. But there's a reason that there's so much ebullience from the Trump team as they come back from this. Not just obviously the China component, also with Japan and South Korea.
Well,
I mean, this was about as successful a trip as I think you could get, given the time.
That was one of my key points, that the success of the trip was they're cornered China, almost surrounded China. Australia, Japan, Malaysia, Vietnam, Cambodia, South Korea, et cetera, et cetera. They basically cornered China. China doesn't like that kind of thing one bit. So the China's rare earth blackmail, for example, it may work for a little while longer. And maybe now there's going to be a one-year respite. But they're all producing rare earths down there. Australia's got an inventory. Vietnam's got an inventory. We're going to put some money into existing mines. You see what I'm saying? In a sense, Trump has outfoxed China. That's what I think. He's outfoxed Xi Jinping.
Well, this is where you see that having someone who's actually a negotiator and focused on results is different from somebody who comes from the diplomatic school of it's all about process, right? Let's have another day march. Trump understands that fundamentally China needs access to U.S. markets more than the U.S. needs anything from China. We could actually do a whole lot more of our own rare earth mining here, and I think we should, by the way. But in the meantime, yeah, sure, that was the biggest card that China really had to play, and cutting that off. They turned up the heat a bit with the refusal to purchase soybeans from us. But I think that what you're going to see is the Trump administration now continuing to push on these issues. And you mentioned boxing China in. We still have a trade deal to finish with Taiwan, and that actually, I think, should be seen as a leverage point to get China to be a good actor on these things. I think we should get a deal with Taiwan done regardless. I think the 20% tariff should come down, will come down, be best for both parties. I know Lutnick is looking at a 50-50 as the request for chip manufacturing. I was just in Taiwan a few weeks ago talking to all their people, including TSMC, about the feasibility of that. But I think that you're going to see a trade deal with Taiwan in the future as well. China's going to make some noise about that.
Perfect.
But we should view that as strategic leverage to get them to come to heel a bit and not talk so tough on things like rare earth.
All right. Thank you, Buck Sexton. We appreciate it very much. I'll be right back with my last word.